Hello folks, Gordon here, hope all is well with you. And it's a gloomy old day today. I'm in the middle of recording a lot of videos, and there were certain videos that I was going to do today, but the light is not quite right because I like to use natural daylight. Let's see what happens if I turn the, normally when I turn the light, a light on, I've got a desk lamp. Not bad. Normally I've always thought it goes a bit yellow, but it's not bad that actually, is it? See what happens if I turn it off again. Yeah, see, I prefer the daylight, but okay, it's gloomy. So I can do a video though about one of the things I'm going to show you. You're probably watching this thinking, I don't care if it's gloomy or not, get on with it. Fair enough. Now, I'm talking about something I was looking for yesterday to do with this set of videos that I'm recording. So I was going through some stuff trying to find something in particular, which of course I couldn't find. But I came across some other things which stopped me in my tracks, because it was a visceral reaction. It actually stopped me physically in my tracks, and it was like being in a time machine, and I was taken back 30 to 40 years. It's weird when that happens. I always say music is like a time machine because it can take you back to a certain time. But when it happens with something physical and it isn't music, it's more of a visceral. I find it's more of it actually literally makes it makes me stop to consider the memory and consider what I'm thinking about in the past. So I'm going to show you what I found yesterday. I came across this. It's a little unicycle model. It's a bit rusty now. I'll have to give it a bit of a clean up. I'm not sure what it's made of. Something wouldn't have been expensive, I can assure you. But I can't remember where I bought this. But I can tell you when I bought it 30 years ago. Because I've been doing videos about my experiences 30 years ago, about my first forays into the world of entertainment. And over the summer of 1995, I'd been working at Chessington World of Adventures, and I've done videos about that and getting that job. And it's October the 10th as I'm recording this video, 2025. So 30 years ago, October the 10th, 1995, I was still working at Chessington World of Adventures. The theme park was still open. The crowds were still coming. They were getting ready for Halloween events, and then there was a bonfire event going on. But I had been going to auditions for other things, because I knew that it was a starter job, and it was my first job. It was a starter job, but I knew that it wasn't well paid. I'd learnt loads over the summer. I'd learnt to ride the unicycle over the summer. So I've been going to auditions, and I know that one of the other people in my crew with me, I say my crew, it wasn't my crew, I was in the crew with him. I wasn't in charge. We had driven all the way up to Skegness for one audition. So that must have been for Butlins, a red coat at Butlins. Must have been, but I can't remember. So I'm a bit vague about, we're talking 30 years ago. So I'm a bit vague about the timings of some of these auditions. But around 30 years ago, I'd gone for an audition for Butlins, which I think must have been the Skegness one with my mate that I was working with there. Pontin's Blue Coat, pantomime tours, and I'd got the job for a pantomime. When? I'm not quite sure. We had 2 weeks rehearsal for the panto, and I'll be doing videos about that as we get into November. I don't remember the audition for the panto, but I do know that having worked at Chessington over the summer, I not only had that job on my CV, which was huge. When I sent off the applications on my CV, I had that job and all the skills that I had learnt, juggling and unicycling and crowd work and being in the show. All these things were huge to be able to put on my CV. I just opened up doors, as opposed to when I'd got the job at Chessington and I didn't have any of that previously. Now the audition for the Blue Coat job at Pontins, I do remember quite specifically, because I took my unicycle, not this one, an actual unicycle, because I've spoken about learning to ride the unicycle in a previous video. One of the things you've got to do really to be able to learn to ride a unicycle is have a unicycle. Sounds silly, but there's nothing, you can't really substitute it. So I went on my own to the audition for Pontins, and you had to do a little piece. You had a couple of minutes to do a performance, and all the other people, I was towards the end, and I could see the other people going up and doing their pieces, and they were a bit subdued, a bit quiet, and I knew that I was going to smash my audition, because I knew that I had my unicycle with me, I had my juggling balls with me, I had a bit of crowd work with me, and I knew that I was going to absolutely explode that room with energy. It's not being big-headed, it's just knowing what your skills were. So when my time came up, I went up there and I was absolutely full on energy with the unicycle, with the juggling balls, with some crowd work to the other auditionees and the people there doing the audition. And I could see from people's faces, everyone was smiling back at me. The other people, or the other auditionees, and the people doing the audition, they couldn't help but smile at what I was doing and the energy of what I was doing. It was a small room, but I was going bang, full energy, as if it wasn't a small room. I'll tell you what happened after that audition in another video, because really this video was about finding that. Honestly, it's taken me back 30 years to when I bought it and learning to ride the unicycle. And in the process of finding this while looking for something else, I came across other things that took me back over 30 years towards 40 years. Stopped me in my tracks. So if you like this video and you want to find out about those as well, stay tuned. And if you haven't hit the follow button on my profile, hit the follow button. We might be friends, we might not be. But either way, if you see a follow button, maybe under the 3 dots somewhere or the more menu, hit the follow, because it helps to keep us connected more and helps the algorithms as well. Okay, signing off for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below wherever you had to be seeing this video. Wishing you as ever health and happiness. And I'll speak to you again soon.